Before we begin, everyone, don't forget to leave a like. It has helped us a lot in re-establishing our channel. Share it, comment on what you thought, and give us some suggestions for new stories. With that said, let's get to the video!
After the intense battle with Broly, Goku, Vegeta, and Broly were training together on Beerus's planet. The purpose was to help Broly learn to control his immense powers. Goku was supporting him by helping raise his ki gradually, but without letting it go out of control. Broly gave it a try, but as usual, his energy would surge wildly. "Calm down, Broly. Slower," Goku advised. "You have to raise your ki without losing control." "I'm sorry, I just can't help it sometimes," Broly replied apologetically. "No worries, you'll master it soon enough," Goku encouraged. "But you need to try meditation exercises to better control your ki. If his mind isn't at peace, he'll never be able to control it," Vegeta added sharply. "Yeah, you're right," Goku agreed. "Mr. Broly, Mr. Goku has a point," Whis chimed in. "You have plenty of power. What you're missing is mental mastery." "I understand. It's really hard for me. So many changes happening all at once," Broly said thoughtfully. "All right, let's have a sparring match," Goku proposed with a smile. "Kakarot, that's a terrible idea," Vegeta immediately objected. "Come on, we'll just fuse again," Goku joked. "I'm never fusing with you again," Vegeta shot back. "Come on, Vegeta, you say that every time and then we always end up fused," Goku teased. "That's true, you did fuse, but I couldn't even see it," Broly remarked. "Because we fused somewhere else," Goku explained. "If we did it in front of you, enemies could have attacked us during the dance. We have to be apart to avoid that." Goku began doing the fusion dance to show Broly how it worked. "Hey, do you want to try fusing with him?" Vegeta asked skeptically. "Just so you know, I'm teaching him for the sake of the mission," Goku replied coldly. Broly carefully repeated the fusion dance steps, seeming to pick it up faster than expected. "See, Vegeta? He learns faster than you," Goku teased with a grin. "Shut up, insect," Vegeta snapped, clearly annoyed. "Hey, I have an idea," Whis suggested. "Mr. Goku, why don't you fuse with Broly?" "For what?" Goku asked, puzzled. "Hey, do you want the universe to explode?" Beerus interrupted sharply as he arrived. "It's not that big of a deal," Whis reassured. "When they fuse, they share memories for a moment. That way, Broly will be able to fight fused with Goku and understand it more easily." "Wow, Whis, that's actually really smart," Goku impressed. "They're Saiyans after all. I guess they can handle it," Vegeta conceded. "But they are different," Beerus warned. "Doesn't matter. Vegeta's smaller and we still managed to fuse," Goku responded confidently. "Watch your words, cockroach," Vegeta muttered angrily. "Whatever. Broly, let's put this to the test," Goku said eagerly. "Sure, I'd love to do anything that helps me improve," Broly agreed enthusiastically. "Whis, I really think this is a bad idea," Beerus said with concern. "Don't worry, I'll supervise everything," Whis promised. "This is going to be something even more ridiculous than the two of them apart," Vegeta grumbled. Finally, Goku and Broly began the fusion dance. But there was something curious about it. The result was still Goku. He looked exactly the same, wearing his usual uniform. The only difference was that he seemed a bit bigger. "Cockroach," Vegeta muttered, clearly confused. "Wow, this is new," Whis observed with interest. Goku stood there feeling very strange inside. "Where's Broly?" Beerus asked. "Here I am," Goku replied. "I don't believe it. It can't be," Vegeta said. "It's still you, Kakarot." "We're fused, but it feels strange," Goku explained. "It's like Broly is a part of me." Indeed, Whis added. It's more like you assimilated Broly than just fused with him. Is that even possible? Goku asked. Now that I think about it, Piccolo did something similar with a Namekian. Piccolo can do those things? Vegeta asked in disbelief. Assimilate, idiot, Goku corrected. Don't think about dirty stuff, Vegeta barked. Damn, you're dumber than usual. This is weird, Goku said. I feel like myself, but I have memories, Broly's memories. Let's see what happened to your power, Whis said. Suddenly, Whis struck Goku hard in the stomach, sending him to his knees. What are you doing, idiot? Goku groaned. What did I say? Whis replied seriously. That's Broly speaking through you, Vegeta commented. Damn, that hurt, Goku said, grimacing. Then Goku's ki flared explosively beyond his limits. He hadn't transformed, but the power emanating from him was immense. What kind of energy is that? Beerus wondered. That's Broly's ki, Vegeta said with certainty. Goku launched a full-scale attack on Whis. The angel effortlessly dodged every blow. Despite his calm demeanor, Whis knew Goku's uncontrolled power posed a serious threat. Mr. Goku, can you hear me? Whis asked calmly. In response, Goku opened his mouth and fired a massive ki blast. Whis caught it easily with his hand, steadying it. Kakarot never attacks with his mouth, Vegeta remarked. I knew this was a bad idea. I guess I have no choice, Whis sighed. Suddenly, Whis appeared behind Goku and delivered a single crushing blow. Goku collapsed to the ground, silent and defeated. It seemed Broly's influence was driving all this violence. We'll have to wait for the fusion to run its course, Whis explained. It should only last 30 more minutes. Vegeta nodded. Moments later, Goku awoke with a pounding headache. Well, there's still 10 minutes left before the fusion ends, Whis noted. What happened to me? Why do I feel so bad? Goku muttered, clutching his head. The air around them thrummed with residual energy from their intense fight. Slowly, Goku arose, one hand pressed to his forehead, feeling the immense weight of the fusion still holding him. Whis and Vegeta watched closely, while Beerus kept his distance, concern plain on his face. Broly, are you there? Goku whispered. Yes, I'm here, came Broly's voice, echoing faintly in Goku's mind, a distant but undeniable presence. It's like we're one being, yet I'm still myself, strange but not unpleasant. You feel my strength and your rage, but also your confusion. We need to control this before it causes a real disaster. How do you feel, Kakarot? You can handle it, Vegeta said. I think so. I just need to focus more and stay calm. Broly, let's try to do this together. Take a deep breath and relax, Whis advised. Why are you talking to Broly if you're fused? Beerus interrupted. Oh my god, the fusion was only partial, Whis explained. What does that mean? Vegeta asked, narrowing his eyes. It wasn't complete, Whis said. I got that part, Vegeta snapped. So why do you have to ask? Goku closed his eyes and began to breathe deeply, striving to find balance within himself. The chaotic energy surrounding him started to stabilize, though a tremendous pressure still radiated outward. Whis watched with keen interest. It looks like you're starting to find a balance. This fusion is unlike any we've seen before. It's more of a symbiosis than a true fusion. Whis, what happens if you can't control it? Beerus asked, growing more concerned. Well, Lord Beerus, I can always intervene again, but this fusion is nearing its end. Time passed slowly as Goku and Broly worked in sync, attempting to master their combined power. The tension in the air was thick, but gradually the energy settled. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, Goku opened his eyes. "Time's up," he said. "The fusion should have ended." "This doesn't make any sense," Vegeta said. "Why am I still fused?" Goku frowned. "Wow, I think I need to find out the origin of this fusion." "I only know of this fusion from you two, plus Goten and Trunks," Whis said. "That's not possible." "The person who taught me fusion is no longer alive," Goku said quietly. "If they're dead, then you should be able to see them in the other world," Beerus noted. "That's exactly the point," Goku said. "I learned this fusion technique while I was dead, in the other world. The master who taught me, he's gone," Goku continued. Vegeta looked skeptical. "Sounds like you got lucky. Something went wrong with this fusion, but it wasn't in the process." "Still," Goku shrugged, "it doesn't bother me. I actually feel good with Broly inside me." Vegeta grimaced. "That sounds really bad." "Hey," Goku said with a grin, "want to go back in time?" The calm in Goku's voice had completely disappeared. "Mr. Vegeta, now is definitely not the time to open your mouth," Whis warned. "I'm sorry," Vegeta muttered. "I think I'm a little sensitive right now." "Of course," Beerus smirked. "It's Broly inside you now. Now you know how it feels to be him." Broly himself was making a tremendous effort not to lose control. "What I don't know," Goku said, "is how to end the fusion. I think it would be best if I went to see King Kai." Without any warning, Goku used instant transmission and vanished from the scene. "You can't be that stupid to just leave like that," Vegeta snapped. "So annoying," Beerus grunted. "This is not good at all. Goku and Broly in one body is definitely a problem. The power of both, Broly's temperament and Goku's recklessness, are a recipe for destruction. I guess we'll just have to keep an eye on him." Goku arrived at King Kai's planet and immediately spoke to him about everything that had happened. He knew he had to end the fusion soon. "Wow," King Kai said thoughtfully. "I've never heard anything quite like this before." King Kai continued. "So, besides being Goku, you're also Broly now?" "Yes," Goku replied. "We're the same person. Although I identify as Goku, I can still hear Broly's voice inside my head, but it's like I'm talking to myself." "That's unusual," King Kai admitted. "Well then, what do you need from me? Some advice?" "I can't keep living like this," Goku said with a sense of urgency. "And on top of that, I'm carrying Broly's temperament. It's making things worse." "I'm sorry, Goku," King Kai replied gently, "but the fusion technique you're struggling with is beyond even my understanding. This method dates back millions of years. It's a miracle someone was able to teach it to you." Goku smiled weakly. "I'm not useless, King Kai." "Goku," King Kai said, raising his voice slightly to warn him, "don't push yourself too far. You're already surpassing your limits." "I know. It's just really hard to manage," Goku admitted. "I need to go," Goku said, deciding to leave. He teleported away to a remote planet, seeking solitude as he mulled over how to solve this overwhelming problem. "I can't stay like this," he told himself. "We need to regain our individuality." Frustration crept in. "Damn it, I have to get Broly out of here somehow." But even as he planned, guilt gnawed at him. His anger flared, and he unleashed a surge of energy in an attempt to regain control. He tried to focus, but the internal conflict made it incredibly difficult. Calm down," he muttered, struggling with his agitation. "This is too hard." Through his merged consciousness, Goku began to experience Broly's memories, glimpses of his childhood and everything he had endured. The flood of emotion overwhelmed him, and he lost control again, causing a massive explosion of ki that devastated the surrounding landscape. Meanwhile, Whis had arrived, drawn by the immense energy. From Beerus's planet, they could feel Goku's power growing dangerously unstable. "I told you this wouldn't end well," Beerus said with a low growl. "I know," Whis responded calmly, "but now isn't the time to assign blame. We need solutions. We have to separate Goku and Broly before something catastrophic happens," Whis added. "Whatever the cost, we need to act quickly. Kakarot in this state is a ticking bomb." Vegeta appeared, arms crossed, his expression grim. This could be a threat to the entire universe. Back on the devastated planet, Goku was breathing heavily, fighting to calm the storm raging inside him as he observed the destruction caused by his outburst. In the sky above, Whis, Beerus, and Vegeta hovered with expressions full of concern and urgency. Whis descended gracefully, landing near Goku as he watched him carefully, a mixture of curiosity and seriousness in his eyes. "Mr. Goku, you must calm yourself," Whis said firmly but gently. "Easier said than done," Goku replied, his voice carrying a strange mix of his own tone and Broly's. "I can feel Broly's anger and confusion as if they were my own. I need help to control it." "I understand your predicament," Whis said calmly, "but our priority is to find a way to separate your essences before any irreparable damage occurs." Whis stepped closer to Goku, and Vegeta approached as well, folding his arms and fixing Goku with a serious gaze. "Kakarot, how do you think we should do this? We need a plan, fast." "Do you feel it now?" Vegeta asked, his gaze sharp and probing. "I feel like I'm losing control," Goku replied, tension thick in his voice. Broly's anger was overwhelming, a tempest raging inside him. "Even though I'm trying to calm down, it's like fighting against a storm I can't tame." "We need to act quickly," Beerus interjected, his tone grave. "We can't let this fusion persist," Whis added thoughtfully. "There might be a way. Perhaps we can contact the Supreme Kais. They possess deep knowledge of ancient techniques. They might have a solution." "It's worth a try," Goku said, determination returning to his expression. "Take me with you," Whis volunteered. Whis raised his staff, conjuring a shimmering portal that instantly transported them to the Supreme Kai's realm. Upon arrival, they were greeted by Elder Kai and Kibito, who regarded Goku with intense curiosity. "This is an unprecedented situation," Elder Kai remarked. "I've never seen a fusion quite like this." "I need your help," Goku said, his voice trembling slightly. "We're trapped in this fusion, and we need to be separated." Elder Kai took a step back, sensing a subtle hostility beneath Goku's controlled demeanor. He frowned thoughtfully. "Fusion through the Metamoran dance is temporary. It should have ended long ago, but it seems something has been interfering." "We hadn't noticed that before," Beerus said with a dry, sarcastic edge. "Better watch your words before they lock you back in that sword," Whis warned with a serious glance. "Did you really lock Elder Kai in a sword?" Goku asked, clearly taken aback. "Yes," Beerus admitted with a smirk, "because that good-for-nothing wouldn't let me get a word in edgewise."
So Goku and Broly attempted the fusion ritual once more. This time, the resulting being was Broly. "This keeps getting worse," Beerus muttered. "Can you hear us?" Whis said, trying to get their attention. Are you Broly or Kakarot? Vegeta asked suspiciously. Don't come near me. They want to hurt me, Broly snarled as he raised his ki and bolted away. This has to be a joke, Vegeta said bitterly. It's exactly like before, but now Broly is in control, Beerus observed. For some reason, Goku's fear of losing control seemed insignificant to others. The only thing missing, Whis would remark thoughtfully. Now they have social anxiety, Vegeta muttered. So what do we do now? As the new fusion of Broly and Goku fled, Whis, Beerus, and Vegeta watched with growing concern. The situation was spiraling beyond control. They needed a quick solution before the combined power of Broly and Goku unleashed widespread destruction. We have to stop them before it causes any more damage, Vegeta said grimly, readying himself to pursue Broly. Calm down, Vegeta, Whis interjected gently. We must not act rashly. If Broly feels cornered, it could become even more dangerous, Vegeta said, his tone sharp. Fear often triggers violence as a defense, Whis explained. So what do you propose we do, Whis? Beerus asked, frustration creeping into his voice. We need a more strategic approach, Whis replied. First, we have to understand how this mental turmoil is affecting their skills and behavior. To do that, we should reach out to someone who shares a deep emotional connection with both of them. Who could that be? Vegeta asked, his guard lowering slightly. We could try Milk, Whis suggested. That emotional bond could be the key. No, that won't work, Vegeta snapped. The only emotional bond they need is me. Everyone stared at Vegeta in confusion. Vegeta blushed faintly. Don't give me that look. I'm Kakarot's eternal rival. That should be motivation enough. That sounds terrible. I don't approve, Beerus said flatly. Regardless, we need to act. This situation is only getting more complicated, added Whis firmly. I'll investigate what might be causing this dance, Kaioshin volunteered. Maybe I can find someone who knows about this dance. Holy Ancestor, are you sure? We can't afford any mistakes now, Whis advised cautiously. Don't be so disrespectful. I'm wise. I know what I'm doing, Kaioshin shot back. All right, Beerus sighed. Meanwhile, Broly retreated to a desolate planet, seeking solitude. Panic gripped him in a way he had never experienced before. Unlike the previous fusion, this time anxiety overwhelmed him, fueled by the fear of destroying everything around him. This can't be happening. Everything's wrong. I'm going to break something by accident, Broly muttered anxiously. Suddenly, he sneezed uncontrollably and by accident unleashed a Kamehameha blast that obliterated a nearby tree. That was bad, he said, distressed. I should just stay here, alone. Broly was truly tormented. In his mind, he heard Goku's voice urging him to control himself, but that only made things worse, ratcheting up his anxiety even more. Moments later, their friends arrived on the planet. Vegeta approached cautiously. Broly, come with us. We want to help you, Vegeta said firmly. Broly was shocked and hesitant. Leave me alone. I just don't want to hurt anyone, he pleaded. You're not going to hurt anyone, insect, Vegeta barked. We're here to help you, so stop being so weak and come with us. No, I don't believe you, Broly said, his voice filled with fear and anger. They want to kill me. They see me as a threat.
That's it. It was a mistake to let Vegeta take the lead here, Beerus muttered. Whis, it's your move. Why don't you step in? Beerus challenged. Do you want the god of destruction to personally guarantee you won't be destroyed? Whis replied calmly, trying to mediate the tense standoff. It makes sense, Whis added, attempting to ease the situation. But calming Broly was far from easy. His fear only grew, his anger simmering beneath the surface, until he unleashed a sudden burst of ki, raising his power to its maximum in self-defense. He took a step back, eyes blazing, ready to strike. "How dare you touch me? You'll pay for this," Broly growled. "Heavens, this is going to be tougher than I expected," Whis admitted, his expression serious. Broly launched everything he had at Whis, landing a devastating punch. The angel caught the blow effortlessly with one hand. Still, the sheer force generated sent both Vegeta and Beerus hurtling backward. "This guy's power is insane," Vegeta remarked, recovering quickly. "Damn it. If this doesn't end soon, I might actually have to destroy him," Beerus declared grimly. "Mr. Broly, I don't wish to hurt you. As you can see, I haven't attacked you first," Whis said soothingly. "I don't care," Broly snapped, relentless in his assault. Whis blocked every strike without breaking a sweat. The very heavens seemed to roar at the raw power contained by the angel, yet the conflict remained unresolved. If they couldn't find a way to separate Broly and control the situation, their combined power could obliterate the entire galaxy. "Broly, that's enough," Whis commanded firmly. With a swift movement, Whis struck Broly on the neck with the edge of his hand, causing him to collapse unconscious. Beerus approached, his patience worn thin. "I'm done with this. It has to be destroyed," he said decisively. Silence fell over the desolate planet as Broly lay unconscious. Vegeta, Whis, and Beerus all wore grim expressions. The unstoppable force of Broly's power, combined with Goku's, posed a threat beyond reckoning. Though Beerus seemed set on destruction, Whis was unwilling to accept such a dire outcome. "We can't just destroy them, Lord Beerus," Whis said firmly. "There are other options we haven't considered yet." Beerus raised an eyebrow. "Other options? So far, every one of your ideas has only made things worse." Whis met Beerus's gaze calmly. "I understand why you'd think that, but we need to explore every possibility before taking such a drastic step." Vegeta, who had been watching silently, finally spoke up. "Whis is right. Kakarot is still in there somewhere, and we can't just give up on him. It would not be honorable." "And what do you suggest?" Whis would answer impatiently. "Wait for him to wake up and destroy everything around him?" "No," said Whisk. "We just have to help him." The old Kaioshin arrived. He had discovered something interesting. "I know what happened," said the old Kaioshin. "I hope you don't come up with another of your inventions," Whis said seriously. "What happens is that Goku was not fully informed of how the fusion dance is," said the old Kaioshin. "But if we have done it more than once, what changed?" said Vegeta. "To do the fusion dance, you have to have the same ki at the time of doing it. Not only that, they must be of the same race," said the old Kaioshin. "And that was what we always did," said Vegeta. "But there is also another requirement that you must take into account to do it. Only you didn't know it, and you did it because the events happened that way," said the old Kaioshin. "You can say it once and for all. It takes too long," said Whis. "The fusion must be carried out with the same intention. Both beings must have the same reason to do it," said the old Kaioshin. "That doesn't make sense if they both had the same intention," said Whis. "No, The old man is right, said Vegeta. Kakaroto and Broly didn't have the same intention. What are you talking about? Said Whis. Goku wanted to merge with Broly to teach him something, and Broly to learn that. Vegeta is right, that's the point, said Whis. One wanted to teach, and the other to learn. What? Said Whis. That's right, even if the common goal is the same, the goal was different, said the old Kaioshin. One wanted to teach, and the other to learn. That's why the crisis happened. Goku predominated, and then Broly. Then we have to separate them and reunite them, said Whis. To separate them again. Yes, if they merge with the same goal, it will be the best, said the old Kaioshin. Then we will do that, said Whis. Hours later, Broly woke up. He was on the planet of Whis. It can't be, they fooled me, said Broly. I have to get out of here before they do something to me. Broly would fly out the window, but Whis would intercept him. Suddenly, Broly hit the ground with great pain. After that, he gets up with difficulty. Damn it, said Broly. It was better if he calmed, said Whis. No, I don't believe you at all, said Broly. Broly would try to fly out, but Whis raised the gravity on him. He fell to the ground. I don't know how to explain him that we are going to help him, but we will solve his problem. No, I don't believe you, said Broly. Broly began to increase his ki in search of freedom. He would manage to transform to Super Saiyan. That way he would stand up, resisting the gravity of Whis. There's no way, Whis. If he doesn't stop, we can't help him, said Whis. Better finish him. I remind you that this is something I shouldn't do. I'm not the god of destruction, said Whis. Whatever, said Whis. Whis went for Broly. He decided to sacrifice his life and Goku's in order to save the universe from a possible threat. Wait, you can't do it, said Vegeta. I told you that you are a danger. I am the god of destruction and I know what I do, said Whis, as he created Hakai energy in his hand. I was right. I can't trust you, Broly said. Broly would explode his ki to a really surprising level. That way he was able to free himself from the gravity of Whis. It can't be, said Whis, disconcerted. Despite being alone in Super Saiyan, you could feel in him the ki of a god. Look what you did, said Vegeta. Broly reached Whis and hit him with his body, throwing him away. The god of destruction would roll several meters on the ground. Then Vegeta would transform to Super Saiyan Blue, knowing that he had to act. As if nothing, Broly was already in front of him. He would prepare his fist to eliminate him, but he would stop. You were the only one who wanted to protect me, Broly said. Broly would take his fingers to the forehead and disappear with the teleportation. Did you see? Said Whis to Whis. He ruined everything. Damn, he hits very hard, said Whis. Damn, this is difficult, said Vegeta. If Whis hadn't messed up, this wouldn't have happened, said the old Kaioshin. Keep silent, said Whis. Damn, it's true. I told you not to destroy it, said Vegeta. Mr. Whis, it was best if you don't see it. Now we have to dominate a Broly with the ki of a god, said Whis.
Broly had disappeared, leaving others immersed in a tense and uncertain atmosphere. Vegeta, Whis, and the old Kaioshin would stare at the point where Broly had been moments before, trying to assimilate the new and dangerous reality they had before them. We have to find him before he does something irreversible, said Whis, breaking the silence. And this time, no more mistakes, said Vegeta, with a severe look directed at Whis.
Whis frowned, still feeling the pain of Broly's blow. "We don't need hormones, Vegeta. Let's solve it," said Whis. "It's better if we find him quickly," said the old Kaioshin. "Broly is unstable, and with the power of a god, he can be a danger to the whole universe." Whis agreed. "I'm going to use my staff to track his energy. It will be difficult, but with some luck, we can find him before it causes problems," said Whis. After a few minutes, Whis began to focus on the vessel in his hand that shone intensely as he tried to locate Broly. Vegeta and Whis waited in silence, aware of the gravity of the situation. After a few minutes, Whis would open his eyes. "I got it. He's on an uninhabited planet near the borders of the universe. We must go immediately," Whis said. "Let's go then," Vegeta said with determination. "We can't waste any more time." Whis agreed, and with a quick movement, they all disappeared in a flash of light, transporting themselves to the planet where Broly had fled. Upon arrival, they found Broly in the center of a vast desert, with his ki still emanating a golden and divine energy. He was standing, looking at the horizon with an expression of confusion and anger when he saw the newcomers. His face hardened. "I did not come to fight," Whis said, raising his hands in a sign of peace. "We just want to help you." "I do not need your help," growled Broly. "All they do is try to control me or destroy me." "I understand why you feel that way," Vegeta said, taking a step forward. "But this is bigger than any of us. Your power, if you do not control it, you can destroy entire worlds. Kakaroto would never want that." Kakaroto's name seemed to touch a sensitive fiber in Broly, who hesitated for a moment. "Kakaroto, Goku, he taught me a lot, but I don't know if I can control this power," Broly said. "He's part of me." Whis would intervene again. "Broly, we are here to help you find this control. We do not want to destroy you, but to give you the opportunity to live in peace. Please give us that opportunity," Whis said. Broly observed Whis. His eyes reflected an internal conflict. He finally settled down slowly. "Okay. But if I see any betrayal, I will not hesitate to defend myself," Broly said when returning to his base state. "That's all we ask," Whis said with a calm smile. "Let's start." Our friends would take Broly back to the planet of Beerus, this time with much more care. Whis and the old Kaioshin began to work on a method to stabilize Broly's power, while Vegeta and Beerus watched closely, ready to intervene if something went wrong. A few hours passed in an arduous and meticulous process. Whis and the old Kaioshin used ancient rituals and divine techniques to balance Broly's energy. Finally, Whis and the old Kaioshin were ready to perform the final ritual. "This time it has to go well," Vegeta thought. "I just pray that nothing goes wrong," Beerus thought. Broly's body shone, becoming light. After this, it would separate in two. Goku and Broly were two different beings after all. "Heavens, at last," Goku said when he saw his hands. "And it's me. We are different people after all," Broly said. "I'll never do something like that again." "Well, thanks for everything," Goku said. "So, did you learn anything, Broly?" Beerus reached Goku with a strong blow to his head. "How can you think about that at a time like this?" Beerus said. "Oh, don't say that. All this was for Broly's learning," Goku said. "The only thing I learned is that fusions are bad," Broly said. Well, it's a good way to see it, Whis said. I think the best thing will be to go home. It was a very intense period. Our friends would eat a great feast on the planet of Beerus. There was almost no words between them. The situation was tense after all the dangers that occurred. Well, I think I should go home. I promised Chi-Chi that I would do the season harvest. Ha! You don't change anymore, always being a governor of your wife, Vegeta said. Goku would return home and start with his chores in the field. While he was driving his tractor, he would start to get in a bad mood. Damn, this thing is very slow, Goku said. Goku's ki began to increase accidentally breaking the steering wheel. Damn it, Goku said by throwing the wheel away. The tractor would lose control and go on for a long time. Goku would get out of it and get ahead, and in one blow he would stop it, although he would clearly break it in pieces. Stupid tractor, Goku said. One moment, Goku observed his reflection through one of the tractor's mirrors. His gaze was different. Oh no, I have Broly's personality, Goku said. On the other hand, on the planet of Beerus, Broly trained with Whis. The angel noticed Broly very strange. He no longer fought in a savage way as he used to. He also possessed a great mastery of his ki. It's weird, Whis said. Mr. Broly, look over there, Whis said when he pointed behind Broly. What's going on? Broly said. Whis, without warning, hit Broly's ribs. Oh, that hurts. What's wrong, Whis? Broly said. You were distracted, Whis said. How can the man who lived with survival instincts on an inhospitable planet be distracted? I don't know, Broly said. Whis, what's going on? Beerus said. Don't you realize he has the personality of Mr. Goku? Damn it, here we go again, Beerus said.
And I'm sure he's experiencing the same thing, but with your characteristics, Whis said. I think I understand, Broly said. On Earth, Goku would face his change of behavior. He arrived at his house and meet his wife. Goku, you arrived early, Chi-Chi said. Goku went back when he saw his wife. His presence made him uncomfortable. Damn, Broly had almost no contact with women, Goku thought. Goku, is something wrong? Chi-Chi said. It's nothing, Goku said. I'll just go to the bathroom. Okay, Chi-Chi said, confused. Goku would wash his face and look at his reflection in the mirror. Heavens, this is wrong, Goku said. Goku, are you okay? Chi-Chi would call from outside the bathroom. Yes, I am, Goku said. Goku went to dinner. He would start eating, but instead of eating as always, he did it in a wild style like Broly. Chi-Chi saw him with great confusion. Goku, you always eat a lot, but you never bring those manners. Is everything okay? Chi-Chi said. Yes, Goku said. He doesn't seem to be the same. Something must be happening to him, Chi-Chi thought. After dinner, Goku left his house. Chi-Chi did not understand what was happening. Goku was afraid of contact with people, and above all, he felt a repressed anger that he had to control all the time. I must look for Broly to solve all this as soon as possible, Goku thought. Goku went to the planet of Beerus. When he saw Whis, he hardly spoke. Mr. Goku, I imagine why you are here, Whis said. Well, Goku said without knowing how to fully express himself. I know, you don't have to tell me, Whis said. He has the personality of Broly. Goku would answer yes with a gesture. The same happens to Broly. We will look for a way to solve it,
Whis said. At least now nobody is in danger. Whis would take Goku with the others. Wow, but look who we have here, Vegeta said. But Goku would not say anything. He hid behind Whis. Come on, Kakaroto. Leave him. He behaves like Broly, Beerus said. Broly would appear. Goku came, Broly said, with a smile from ear to ear. But things would not be as simple as everyone expected. Goku and Broly was hypnotized for a moment. Everything is fine, Whis said. I don't like this, Beerus said. The tension was felt in the air while Broly and Goku were watching each other. It was as if both felt a natural rejection for each other. Broly, Goku said in a wild way. Goku, Broly said seriously. They would both throw each other, punching each other. In that way, a fight began without an apparent reason. The fistfight between Goku and Broly had resonated like a thunder, while Beerus said, Beerus, Goku, Broly, Goku, to contain her. Let's go, Kakaroto, Vegeta screamed from a distance, trying to cheer up his eternal rival and friend. You can't let Broly beat you, even if he's behaving like you. Goku, full of Broly's characteristic fury, roared and threw a powerful blow that Broly could barely dodge. The shockwave of the blow would tear a piece of the ground, sending fragments of rock in all directions. Let's hope they don't kill each other, said Whis. Damn, the Saiyans really are a problem, said Beerus. Aren't you going to do something? Said Whis. No, let them exhaust each other, so we can work better, said Beerus. If you didn't notice, this is a fight to death, said the old Kaioshin. As the battle continued, both fighters began to transform. Goku reached the state of Super Saiyan Phase 3. His golden hair shone with a fierce intensity. In addition to that, his muscles were much larger than usual, as if his body was responding to Broly's style. On the other hand, Broly would respond by transforming into Super Saiyan Blue. His blue aura shone around him, taking everyone by surprise. It's not true, said Beerus, disconcerted. How could he have achieved that transformation, said Vegeta. It seems that there is something more than the personality of the other, said Whis. Each attack became more destructive than the previous one. Goku inserted a burst of wild energy that would raise everything in its path, while Broly dodged and counterattacked with a perfectly executed Kamehameha. The explosions of energy illuminated the sky and the ground trembled under their feet. Whis observed carefully. His eyes analyzed every movement. He knew that intervening directly could be dangerous, but he also understood that they had to find a way to reverse the exchange before the destruction became irreversible. The battle gained more intensity at every moment. Neither Goku nor Broly said a word. The only way to communicate between them was through blows. At one point in the fight, both fighters would stop for a moment, breathing heavily. Their bodies were covered with sweat and dust, but their eyes burned with determination. Whis, we have to do something, Beerus said with a voice full of concern. You can't keep fighting like this. You could destroy the planet. This is taking too long, Whis agreed. It's true, we must find a way to calm their minds and reverse the exchange, but first we must separate them, said Whis. With a quick move, Whis would interpose himself between the two fighters, stopping their attacks with amazing ease. This must stop, Whis said firmly. We must find a solution, and fast. Even so, both Goku and Broly seemed to ignore Whis. They would move away for a moment, but they didn't take their eyes off each other. Gentlemen, I just spoke to you, Whis said. Don't you hear me? The atmosphere on the planet of Beerus was full of energy. and the eyes of everyone present followed the battle between Goku and Broly with tension. Whis, despite his intervention, could not calm the two Saiyans. Their confrontation was more than physical. It was a fight to recover their identities. In that way, Whis would have no choice but to leave his intervention and let everything go to its luck. Goku, with Broly's personality, would roar and launch a direct attack to Broly's face, who now had the calm and control of Goku. Broly would block the blow with ease, and with a quick turn, he would knock Goku to the ground. The earth would tremble under the impact, raising a cloud of dust. Then Broly would take his hands back, carrying Goku's definitive technique. "Kamehameha!" Broly screamed, channeling Goku's technique with precision and discipline. A ray of blue energy was directed at Goku, who would get up quickly and counter the attack with an uncontrolled energy that would come out of his mouth. The collision of the two techniques created a massive explosion that would illuminate the sky and shake the planet. Whis observed carefully, looking for any opportunity to intervene without causing more damage. Beerus, visibly worried, stayed out of it, knowing that any mistake could be catastrophic. "This is crazy," Vegeta said, watching with frustration and concern. "If they continue like this, they could destroy the entire planet. We must do something before it's too late," Whis said with a calm but urgent voice. The battle between Goku and Broly reached new heights. Goku, enwrapped in a golden aura and with muscles swollen by rage, attacked without ceasing. Each blow he threw was stronger than the previous one.
Broly, with Goku's serenity, dodged and counterattacked with deadly precision, carrying his bright blue aura like the sky. "I think I know what's going on," said the old Kaioshin. "It's like a fight of roosters. Each one of them sees himself in the other, and this generates a meaningless hatred." "What's that about?" Vegeta said. The bulls of the planet Vegeta had that reaction. If two of them looked alike, they would kill each other. They wouldn't stop fighting until one was alive. "In the end, the Saiyans behave like wild animals," Beerus said. Goku and Broly would clash with each other, hurting each other. Both fell back, lose their balance while regaining their breath. They stared at each other with great hatred, but they wouldn't say a word to each other. Then Goku created a ki ball in each hand and started throwing them over and over again. It was a rain of ki balls that Broly managed to dodge with great precision. "He's using the principle of ultra instinct," said Beerus. "It's understandable. It's the style of Mr. Goku," said Whis. "This can't go on like this," said Vegeta. Vegeta would transform into Super Saiyan Blue. "Vegeta, what the hell are you going to do?" said Beerus, disconcerted. "End this," said Vegeta. Vegeta threw himself into the fight, but more than joining, he would stand in the middle. Both Goku and Broly remained motionless. The silence was uncomfortable. Nothing moved. Even the air had stopped. "Stop fighting between you two, useless balls," said Vegeta. "We have to fix your silly personalities so they can be the same insects as always." Suddenly, Goku and Broly threw themselves at Vegeta. Between them, they attacked him fiercely, compressing him between their bodies. Vegeta would put his eyes in white and fall to the ground, losing his transformation. "He's an idiot," said Beerus. Whis and Beerus went for Vegeta to assist him. Meanwhile, Goku and Broly would continue their meaningless fight. Vegeta was serious, had all his ribs broken, and lost a lot of blood. Neither Goku nor Broly measured their strength at the time of attacking him. The situation got worse and worse, and nobody knew how far these two Saiyans was able to get. What could happen now that Goku and Broly fight outside of themselves? Will they end up fighting? And also, will Goku and Broly be able to recover their personalities? All this we will know in the next part of this theory. Friends, I hope you liked the movie of Goku merges with Broly. Remember that if you want to see more parts of this theory, this video has to reach 10,000 likes and many comments, and I will upload more parts and movies without fail. Leave your like, comment, and subscribe for more theories. See you in a next video. Subscribe to the channel.
Hello, Dragon Ball fans, and welcome to your weekly dose of Saiyan-powered updates. We're here to bring you the latest from the Dragon Ball universe, covering the final week of March 2026. Get ready to power up your knowledge with some exciting news across anime, games, and merchandise. First up, let's talk about Dragon Ball Daima. While the series itself has been a hot topic, the big news this week revolves around its home video release. The highly anticipated limited edition Blu-ray of Dragon Ball Daima: The Complete Season officially hit shelves on March 3, 2026. Fans eager to re-experience Goku's shrunken adventures in pristine quality can now add this collector's item to their collection. Additionally, for those immersed in the world of Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, the second part of the Adventure Through the Demon Realm DLC was expected to conclude its release window around this time, bringing more thrilling content to the popular action RPG. Moving on to the gaming front, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero continues to generate immense buzz. While the official release date for DLC 3 is still slated for May 31, 2026, according to a listing on Nintendo's website, the end of March saw a flurry of speculation and potential reveals. Many anticipate that the upcoming Dragon Ball Games Battle Hour 2026, scheduled for April 18th to 19th, will be the stage for official announcements regarding new characters and content. In fact, the original character Shallot from Dragon Ball Legends has already been confirmed as a future DLC edition, promising exciting new battles. Players can also look forward to a significant patch update for Sparking Zero on April 21, 2026, which is expected to bring various improvements and adjustments to the game. Beyond the major releases, the Dragon Ball universe is always expanding with new merchandise and events. The weekly Dragon Ball news broadcast on March 30th, hosted by V-Jump editor Victory Uchida, highlighted the 9th set of Dragon Ball Super Divers, titled Unified Attack. This continues to fuel the competitive card game scene. For collectors, the Blood of Saiyans figure series saw new additions with Super Saiyan Goten and Gohan figures making their debut around this period, offering fans more dynamic collectibles. Even the creative process behind the manga was in the spotlight, with Toyotaro's Tried to Draw series teasing a new illustration of a certain genius scientist in the upcoming V-Jump, likely hinting at characters like Dr. Gero or Dr. Heido. As we wrap up the last week of March 2026, it's clear that the Dragon Ball franchise remains as vibrant and active as ever. From new anime releases to thrilling game updates and collectible figures, there's always something for fans to look forward to. Stay tuned for more updates as the Dragon Ball universe continues to evolve.